Good morning, everybody. Hey, you ever uh, received a recipe or someone told you to do something, and you were like, "Great! How do I do that?" Well, yesterday, um, I was talking about your life path and you making choices and you making decisions as to how you could do what you need to do, find out about you, dig a little bit deeper. Okay. Well, I'm going to show you how to make the shovel. Okay. And the shovel can be used a lot of different ways. You can plant plants, or you can dig into sewage, or you can, you know, do whatever. But I want to show you the tool that I use and that I've been using since my grandmother taught it to me. Uh, it was a couple of days ago. I think I was 10 when she taught it to me, when I was trying to solve something, when I was trying to understand something. And it really is simple. Okay. So you take a piece of scratch paper, right? You fold it like that. Okay. And you fold it like that. So it's in half and in half, right? And then you do your best, and it might not be exactly perfect. Okay. And you fold it like that. And when it's all folded up, you can hide it in your pocket, and it's your solution. And you carry it around, it's your tool to find the solution. And you can carry it around with you and work on it as you can. Okay. So the question is, who are you? Right. And so that makes 12 squares, this tool does. Okay. And you can draw lines down it. Now, if you want, I'm going to write some other stuff on here. And if you want, you can link to me on Discord, or reach out to me on YouTube or Twitter or LinkedIn or wherever, and I'll keep an eye out for anybody who wants, and I'll send you a PDF that has this on it. But literally, you can draw the lines yourself, right? And then what you need to do is keep this as your master. Not that it's hard to make, but for today and for some of the things we're going to be talking about, you need to have one of these, and you can make it later or whatever, or grab a piece of paper and fold it up while I talk about it. So here's the crux of this, right? So we've all been taught that we're body and spirit. Most of the major religions and other stuff, but masters, teachers, magi, coaches realize that there's more to you than that. And maybe they talk about 3 or 4 or 5 things. There's a person who wrote a book called the 4 somethings, right? But there's a lot more to you than that. All right. And sometimes people beat themselves up because they're not the same in every area. Well, you're not supposed to have the same relationship with your wife and kids and family and stuff that you do at work. That's not even considered healthy. That's considered dysfunctional. So you're not supposed to be the same person. So I want you to take that piece of paper and right across the top here, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical. Okay? That's the first 4 boxes. The next 4 boxes are family, occupational, financial, and social. The other one is education, intimacy, gifts, and calling. Okay. So I want to talk to you about something. And you can get this from me in the form of a PDF if you want. Okay. But each of these areas, as you go through, and this is you, right? This isn't something you're going to share with somebody else, and you don't have to share it with anybody else. You don't have to share it with me, but you might want to keep it around, okay? So if you are feeling that you are lacking in any of those areas, there may be one or two of these that you think you're the person, you're all that in a bag of chips. But if you're lacking in any of these areas, where do you think the gap is? So I'm going to be working with people on the gaps, right? And there's a lot more to it than pushing the play button. But if that's all you want, then the first part of what I'm writing, the first part of what I'm creating, the first part of what I'm going to be teaching you is going to be basically the on switch, okay? And if it feels like you need a deeper dive than that, there's going to be some more information. And if you feel like once that is gelled out, you need to go deeper than that, I'm going to be offering that too. It's all going to be coming out in a book. But if you go to my Discord community, which there'll be a link down below, you're going to get to see this stuff as it's created if you are one of the subscribers. There's a tier, there's a third level tier, and I'm going to be sharing first edition, first thought processes, first everything, which when the book is finally flushed out, there's probably going to be a lot of that stuff that's going to get edited out just because I don't want it to be the size of like the old Boston or Seattle phone book. Okay. But in the process of doing so, you're going to get to see, you know, this stuff as it evolves, as I'm teaching it, but only if you're, you know, at like the $9.95 subscription level. Everybody else will get to see, you know, Tim and M's and other things and me talking about the subjects in general. But I'm going to be doing a deeper dive on one of those later today around noon Eastern Standard Time during one of my weekly talks that I do. So, but getting back to this. Okay, so if you go through and put the headers on here like you did, or you get the copy from me, it's important to know what you're digging for. I mean, who wants to clean out the garage just to clean out the garage? There's usually a purpose in it because you want to put your car in it or something, right? If you have a storeroom and you're digging for something, that gives you more impetus, more attempt, right? So if these 12 areas that we talked about, there is, you're missing a little something here and maybe over here and maybe down here. That gives you a purpose to drive and dig for. And guess what? I'm not talking about, I've had people change their lives in weeks doing this. Not in like 10 years of therapy. And not that there's anything wrong with 10 years of therapy, but wouldn't you like to get there a little faster? So I want to offer that to you. And again, follow the links down below if you want me to send you a copy of this page that you can fold up and make for yourself. But remember that it's not going to be something that you just do. So if you're thinking that in each one of these areas you have gaps, then it might be good to idea, you know, what did I miss? Okay, so, and let me give you an easy example of this. Not that financial is the most important, right? Because it's not. Financial is not the most important, but it's easy for me to talk about because it's so simple, right? There is, if you're looking at your bank account and you have more month than you do money, but you know that there's people doing exactly the same thing that you do for a living who are making way over the top money, right? Hi, Elizabeth. It's hard to see on this little screen. But if you're way over the top on money, good for you. But the principle is the same. If you're missing, if you have more month than you do money, then possibly there's some things that you need to do economically, financially, to make a change. But when you write financial on here and you go, this is where I have a gap, then that's something that you can do for, and I can be the one to help you with that. And I wanted to share that with you and give you the opportunity to see and do that. And we'll get back to you shortly with some more information and some more ideas. And I'm going to be sharing stuff with you, but I wanted to give you this little bit today. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Namaste.